Hello friends, welcome to our channel Cards and Loan Official, and today we are going to discuss on one of the most important topic. And the reason why we are discussing on this important topic is there are a lot of people who have come to me and they said that they are facing trouble and they want me to address this problem. We need to understand that when we are going to discuss on this topic, it's not about pointing fingers on anyone, it's about making things better. So there is no need or no use of taking things personally and thinking that probably I'm pointing fingers on some other. It's nothing like that. But what is important is that we can learn from the mistakes that we are doing it, and we have to take it forward to ensure that things becomes better and it becomes seamless. So I'm just taking I'm just trying to put in an effort to ensure that it's whatever the disconnect that is there between the sales officers and the team leaders, or sales officers and the line managers, that should get evaded, that should finish off, that should not continue longer, because everyone is here with the organization trying to work and trying to give their 100%. So today we are going to discuss about one of the topic which a lot of sales officers, when I was walking down the street, or probably when I was having a tea, or probably when they just come across, greet me, and then they always said that sir, please, I'm just going through this difficulty and I want you to address this problem so that life becomes easier for us. So what I thought that I should take up this topic. This is really a very important topic, and through this topic, probably the disconnect that is there with the team leaders, sales managers, and the sales officer, that should either minimize, or we should understand or learn from our mistakes that we are doing it. So it's not one way, it's not that there's a problem with one person, it's not that there's a problem with one department, or it's not that there's a problem only with person who are at the bottom. It's the problem that we have from both the sides, and we both, the sales officers and the team leaders, or the sales officers and the organizations, they need to understand each other's perspective, because at the end of the day both complement each other, and it's really very important when you complement, so you don't compete, rather you all work for a common goal, which is very, very important. So I would try to address all of them, and please take this in a very, very positive sense. It's just my intentions are very clear, that both the sales officers and the team leaders should benefit, and there should be a lot of love and affection among them, because here we all are working for one common goal and one common objective. All right, so few people who came and they said in my comments also, they have mentioned, plus on personal level also, they said that Iqbal, can you address the difficulties faced by sales officers in vendor channel, or in an outsourcing company where they are working, and so there are a lot of problems that they are facing it, and they wanted me to address those problems or difficulties. Trust me, the majority of the problems are because we don't communicate with each other effectively, and that's what we are going to tell you. So what we'll do is, first we'll understand the first version of the story, which is version of sales. Second, we'll understand the second version of the story, probably the team leaders, the sales managers, or from organization's perspective. And third, what we will look into is solution. Okay. So first problem that generally any of the sales officers are coming and saying that sir, when we come and when we work for the organization, the sales targets are immense, the pressure is immense, we need to come early in the morning, and we can't be late. If we are late, we are being marked late. Even if you're working late in the evening, it's still if we get stuck somewhere, we are still facing difficulties, and we are being questioned. We go out in the market, we do direct sales, we meet with different clients, different customers, and still we face the same issue, same concern. And we are being questioned, we are being asked where we are, what we are doing, where we are meeting, are we at home, are we sleeping, or are we at the customer's place, or are we literally working, or we are not working, what we are doing, how effectively we are using our work, and everything is being questioned. So whatever problem that I'm going to tell you, I'll tell you from both the angles and both the perspective. I'll tell you about both the versions. So these are the problems that the sales officer has said that they face problem. Now we need to understand that any unit that you talk about, any organization that you talk about, they might have staff from varying from 10, 15, 20, 25 to 500,000, 1,500, 2,500, or almost 3,000 staff, depending on how big the organization is. So when you say that, sir, my team leaders are not understanding, my line manager is not understanding, my company thinks that I'm not effective, my company thinks that I'm wasting money, wasting time, my company thinks that I'm going home and sleeping, my company thinks that I'm not working for the organization, my company doesn't trust me on any ground. You know why this happens? This doesn't happen because you are wrong. This does not happen because you are not doing your work. This happens because there are few staff, not majority. Majority of the staff, the sales officers are really great, very good. But few staff, they do not perform intentionally. They don't work because they don't want to work. They literally go home and sleep, or they go out, or they waste time, on cigarettes, or they waste time on this thing. And I'm not saying all, only handful. And because of those handful people, the trust that a team leader has on their, staff, it starts demeaning, it starts diminishing, it starts becoming thinner. So the solution is if you are working and if you are performing and if you are achieving your target month on month, if your effort is evident, if you are giving a conscious effort for all your work, if you're trying your level best to ensure that you do your job the way you have to do it, if it is seen that your hard work is being translated into results, trust me, that same sales officer who is giving you pressure for sales target, that same team leader or manager who's giving you, he will start trusting you. Even if you have a difficult time, he will go ahead and he'll ensure that he stands by you, he assists you, and he ensures that things goes on fine. You need to understand that there is a tremendous pressure from top to bottom, because there what happens is, when you talk about sales target and when you're not achieving the sales target, there is a lot of pressure, or when you join, there are a lot of pressure from the organization. You have to remember that you are also a cost to company. You need to ensure that you have to think from the company perspective. You have to think what company has invested on you so that he gets and he brings out the best out of you. There's a visa cost, which is huge, humongous, right? Nobody invests on anyone, but the company is investing with a visa cost onto you. There's a salary, whether you perform or you don't perform, company is giving you salary. Even if you're a fresher or you're experienced, whether you can be highly productive for that company or you cannot be highly productive for that company, but company is still taking a punt on you, it's taking a risk on you, it's ensuring and it's believing in you that you will perform. The company believes in you that you will perform. If you are a failure, you don't lose anything, because you have worked, you got your salary, you got your visas done. Who loses is the company. The company lose a huge amount of money because you have not performed. And what happens is, majority of the people who don't perform, the reason for them not performing? The reason is that they get carried away because of few salesperson or because of few individuals who spreads negativity. They will work, they will do their target, they will do whatever needs to be done. Probably they'll have a good relation with their team leaders, with their managers and everything, but they will ensure that when they are down with you having tea or just having a puff, they spread negativity about the team leaders, about the managers, about the organizations, about everything in the world, as if he's the only person who's positive and everything that is happening is negative. Such people, you have to stay away from. Remember one thing, in office, in companies, we only make colleagues. We make friends only when we are either studying in college, or we are studying in school, or when we are studying in kindergarten. The moment you step into a corporate world, you only make colleagues. Just ask yourself, put your hand on your heart and tell me, if there are 10 people who are competing and 10 best friends, or forget about 10, two best friends are competing and there is only one vacancy, will you leave that position for your friend? The answer is no. Will your friend leave that position for you? The answer is no. If they say that they will leave it, trust me, he is lying. Or he is a fool. Because everybody is working hard to grow. He is not ambitious and he will not grow. So when you are into a company, you are with your colleagues, you are not with your friends. Alright? And if you start doing things right, and if you start thinking from company's perspective, where there is a cost which has been involved on you, there is a risk that the company has taken on you, and you should perform to ensure that you return it back or give it back to the company. Trust me, the day you start fulfilling your target, your pressure will go down. Nobody is asking you to take care of the entire team's target. You are an individual, you are a sales officer, you are working for the company, you have to take care of your target. Because it will not be justified that somebody who is really overachieving his number is being treated in a similar fashion, the way a person who is not doing his numbers. So please understand from different perspective, and I'm requesting team leaders and sales officers also, even if a person is not doing good, please ensure that you hold hand, teach him, show him where he's going wrong, what are the mistakes that he's doing, how he can take corrective measure and proceed. You need to understand you're not a team leader, you're not a manager, you are like a guardian to him. If you teach him well, he will remember you for your entire life for good reasons. You'll give him good memories. But if you don't teach him well, you will always be remembered in a negative way. There is always a different approach of building the team. Either you build it with love and affection and you get the same thing back, or you build it with negativity, you build it with problems, and again you'll get same. So what you grow or what you sow is what you reap. Okay. Second thing, misbehavior of team leaders and line managers. Sorry guys. Yes, a lot of people have said, and they have come to me and they said that, team leaders don't misbehave, sales officers misbehave, the manager misbehaves. Now, I'll just give you an example. Have you ever seen animals like dogs or cats or probably ox or any other animal fighting on the street? Have you seen dogs fighting on the street? What do you get? When two people are fighting on the street, they take a step back. The reason why they take a step back is and they don't feel comfortable because the animals are fighting on the streets. We all are human beings. If we fight, what is the difference between animals and us? There is no difference. And just think about it. This is again for all sales officers and team leaders and sales managers. If you are fighting, I have seen in few offices, people are fighting, people are abusing, people are taking names of mothers and sisters in the office. What kind of environment do we have? The environment becomes toxic. The environment becomes so much that instead of focusing on productive work, instead of focusing on business, instead of focusing on training, instead of focusing on how to acquire more customers, they discuss about the fights which has happened in the organization. It becomes the topic of discussion. Their whole energy, their whole thought process goes down into negativity, and the environment in the organization becomes toxic. What do you want? What do you want? Do you want an environment where a sales officer, a team leader, or all the staff, they walks into the organization thinking that today they are going to do something great, thinking that when they are coming into the organization, they should be working, they'll be doing, they'll be accepting the challenges, they'll be accomplishing the assigned target or assigned work? Do you want them to think like that or do like that? Or do you want that a person, the moment he wakes up in the morning and he says, oh my God, I need to go to office again. I need to see the face of that person again. Do I need to talk to him again? And it's both the ways. If sales officer says that his team leaders are misbehaving, is it that you have not misbehaved? If you have misbehaved, then stop misbehaving right now. Be positive. If you think there is something wrong which has been done by the team leader, ask him to go down, ask him to go so that you can have one-on-one discussion. Sit with him, talk to him, clear things out. Try from your side. Try from your side once, twice, thrice, n number. If it's not happening, reach out to your line manager, reach out to your super boss so that the environment becomes workable and it doesn't remain toxic at all. And I'm requesting my managers, please ensure that if anything negative which is happening on the floor, anybody is fighting or anybody is misbehaving, we should step in and we should ensure that these things doesn't continue. Yes, we have an assigned target, we have an objective, we have to ensure that the organization is profit making, but then not at a cost of bad reputation of the organization. All right, so it's a request from both sales officers and team leaders to understand each other, give time, because everybody is not same. Somebody might start performing from day one itself, somebody will start performing gradually. There will be few people who will not be able to perform. Ensure that they put in their hard effort and they come up the curve, and they can do it only if you hold them. Trust me, treat them as your own child, as your own baby, and inshallah they will respect and they will become better. Okay, but sales officer, you should also understand that there are a lot of things that companies invest in. They are training you, right? They are spending money on training, right? They're spending money on your salaries, right? They're spending money on your refreshments. They're investing money on you. You are earning while learning. So you need to be good to them also. It's really very important. Okay, so when you need to clap, you need both hands. If you don't use both hands, you cannot clap. If a person is bad with you and you're not giving him attention, it will not make sound. So ensure that we both are on the same page and we work with each other to ensure that we make life easier and comfortable for each other. Okay, the objective should only be on a growth, personal and professional growth of individual and the organization. Third point is product knowledge. Sir, we don't have the product knowledge. Sir, we face difficulties in a product because we don't know. We don't have anything to refer when we are there with the customer. We don't have, we are not being trained on a regular basis because that 2 days, 5 days, once in a month training is not enough for us. Learning is an ongoing process. Product knowledge is also part of learning. It's an ongoing process. It will keep on happening, and let it happen on a daily basis. For product knowledge, what you can do is you can refer online, because every bank that you talk about, or any organization that you talk about, or any, whatever the organization is, they talk about the product, they publish the product online, and you can refer to them, and that will help you going forward or always. Learning is a never-ending process, and it's ongoing, and you should continue learning. So if you don't have the product knowledge, please refer to whatever material that you have. You will see among yourself only. If there are 10-member team, few people will know the product very well. Few people will not know the product. Few people will know the product, whatever that they need. If you have the zeal, if you have the belief, if you have the eagerness to learn, you will learn. Please learn, educate yourself, upscale. I always tell you in my videos, please upscale. It's really very important. Push yourself, learn more and more. Okay, you can reach out to your managers also to tell them what facilities they can provide so that you can learn more. Because when you start learning, you start delivering. I'll tell you a story of a person. I believe you all know Abraham Lincoln. He is one of the ex-president of United States. And one someone asked him sir, if you are given 10 hours to cut a tree, what will you do and how will you do? And Abraham Lincoln, with a smile on his face, says, if I get 10 hours to cut a tree, I will sharpen my knife for 9 hours and I'll use only 1 hour to cut my tree or cut the tree. The understanding here is that whatever job that you're doing, whether it's sales or anything, if you keep on upgrading yourself, if you keep on learning, if you keep on understanding, and if you keep on sharing with people, you are sharpening your skills, you are sharpening your brain, you are sharpening your intellect, you are sharpening everything which is needed to perform. And it's better. It's really better. It's better for you. It's better for everyone. So keep on upgrading yourself with the product knowledge or any knowledge that is related. Next point, what people say is technology. So we generally do not have technologies. The people who are not from third party, who are there with the organization, they have more better technologies than us. It's wrong. It's wrong because when you're getting into sales and when you're doing sales, technology is just a value addition. What is important is how good do you speak, how best do you speak, how well you are aware of the product, how well you are aware of the policy, of the compliance, of the detailings. That makes a difference. This doesn't make a difference that they have a technology, you don't have a technology. Now, generally, if you talk about any bank, I'm talking in respect to the banks, any bank that you talk about right now, majority of the bank, they have the digital way of acquiring customers. And I'm talking in respect to retail customers. They have a digital way of acquiring customers. When you talk about digital way, you have a link, the other person also has a link. Now, when you talk about the link, the product is available on both, any bank that you talk about. It's there, it's online. And the journey is digital. Digitally, you are acquiring customers. So if you think you don't have a technology and the in-house team or probably who's not working, not the third party, they have technology, this is just a myth. The problem is here, you're just thinking that, you cannot do it because you don't have technology. You can still do it, right? Because I have seen, one more thing which I have seen is people say that they don't have technologies, but we still find a lot of people in the third party or in the vendor channel who are doing a great job with similar resources like the others, who are doing a great job with same time frame, which is 24 hours a day, of which they work 8 hours with others. If there are 10 people who are sitting in a row, and out of those 10 people, if 2 can outperform, 6 can perform, then why remaining 2 are not performing? You need to do a SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis is very important. You all must have heard about the SWOT analysis. You all must have heard about the SWOT analysis, and SWOT analysis is important because you should learn about. So when you talk about SWOT, this says about strength, and you should do it for yourself. Strength, weakness, opportunity and threat. It's important. You should do SWOT analysis for yourself because it's really very important. Once you do this SWOT analysis for yourself, you will know where you stand. People generally say, I know myself very well. Do you know your strength? The answer is no. Do you know your weakness? The answer is no. Do you know the opportunity that you have? The answer is no. Do you know what threat do you have? The answer is no. You don't know yourself. You just think. It's a belief. It's a perception that you know yourself better. You actually don't know yourself. You should do this on a monthly basis with you. Where did you go wrong? What corrective measures should you have taken? It helps. Last, regulations and compliance. What I have seen is generally people, what do they do is, they don't believe, they think that they are in third party, so they are not regulated. They think that they don't need to comply to anything because they are in third party. The answer, they can get away with anything and everything because they are in third party. Or they feel that the compliance on them is much stricter than what it is with the in-house staff or people who are working directly with the organization. That's not true. The rules, the regulations, the compliance, everything is same for everyone. For you, for me, for everyone, it's one and the same. No changes whatsoever. So please follow. I have told this story several times and I'll share this story again with you. So what happens is, generally what happens is anyone and everyone, whatever they earn, whether it's respect, whether it's money, whatever it is, whatever they earn is actually their destiny. Whatever is written here is what they earn. God has already written that this is what you're going to earn in your entire life. That doesn't mean that you should stop working and God will come and give it to you. No. You have to work, you have to strive, you have to slog, you have to give your 100% to earn what you want to earn or what you have to earn. You have to earn your living. So God has already given that this is what you're going to earn. Now it becomes on you whether you want to earn in a legitimate way or in an illegitimate way. I've always said, please choose legitimate way of earning money. Don't choose illegitimate way. Not fair. So if you think you're not compliant, you should be compliant because others are also compliant. It's not that you are only asked for to be compliant. It's not true. So please work hard, ensure that you follow the regulations, you are compliant to whatever work that you are doing. It's very important. And understand, the company has invested a lot on you. A lot. If you think you are doing a favor on the company, trust me, the company is doing 10 times more favor on you. The company has invested everything to ensure that you perform, because you don't perform, and when you are thinking that you are being not treated well, just understand the investment that a company has done onto you to ensure that you grow in life, to ensure that you perform, to ensure, and they at the same time when you are performing, you're doing your sales target, even if you have a little bit of pressure or even if you have the same pressure, because in sales everyone has same pressure, in that situation also there is an opportunity for you to grow. When you think that people in the other places or in-house or who are working directly with the organization, they are growing faster, the growth, because this is sales oriented organization, the growth here is much faster than anywhere else. I have seen n number of people who have grown dramatically, who have grown in life, who have grown professionally because they were working here and they have just grown. The growth here in the vendor channel is fast. You need to be focused. If you have your target right, if you are working on the target, if you're working every day to ensure that you reach on to the target, you will have a growth. Please grow and along with the organization. think about the difficulties. If you have difficulties, of course, you need to remember there's one very beautiful proverb, and that is, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. So, if you want to grow, you have to take a little bit of risk, because company has taken a risk on you, company has taken a punt on you. Okay? Now, so what are the solutions that we are going to discuss on? There can be a solution, right? The first solution is meeting sales target. You need to meet the sales target. That is really very important. Whatever the target is, what are the steps that you can take? Do your homework. Do your homework, like where you need to go. Have your appointments planned. What are the appointments that you have tomorrow or day after, or one more day after that, like after 2 days. You should have that plan. You need to put strategies in place. If you don't have strategies in place, you cannot grow, you cannot do good numbers. People just think, okay, tomorrow I will go out, I'll do a cold calling, I will visit companies. If I get it, well and good. If I don't get it, what can I do? But you need to have strategies in place. You need to have the appointments lined day after day. At least for 2-3 days, you need to have the appointments lined up. All right? Because unless until you don't have appointment lined up, you will not be able to achieve your target. So ensure that you have appointments lined up so that you can meet your sales target, right? Second is learning. You know what? Everybody respects people who knows more than the others. I have seen so many people, generally sales officers or team leaders saying that, that guy really knows the product. That guy really knows the process. That guy really knows how to convince customer. That guy really knows what's happening in and around. Learning is important. Keep learning, guys. Remember one thing I have always said in all my videos, that knowledge is power. Keep learning to such an extent that you expertise in that. Learning is important, right? Second is, so learning is also with product. We are in sales, so we should be learning basically on the product. Okay? Then, third is, you have to think everything from a different perspective. You all said that there is a pressure, right? In sales target, you have a pressure. You need to understand with pressure you get high rewards. If there is a pressure, why do people check or why do people take up sales job? Remember one thing, sales without enthusiasm is like another admin job. People are into sales because they can make more money. Apart from their normal salary, they can earn incentives. They can write their own check. Sales is nothing but it's like a business where you have not invested anything except your own being. And when you are working, you are taking pressure, you are going out, you are convincing customers, you are meeting with 10 different people, and because of that, you are being given high rewards. If you will see in other departments, I'm not demeaning any department, please don't get me wrong, but if you see in other departments which except or apart from sales, they don't grow so faster the way we grow or you grow in sales, right? You must have seen that people are growing from one level to another in just 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years. They keep on growing. Why? Because there is a pressure. Your achievements can be monitored, and just because your achievements can be monitored, with pressure you get higher rewards, which is in terms of monetary or in terms of your designation or professional growth. Okay. Fourth is Building trust. You need to build trust. You need to build trust with your customers so that they can give you repetitive business. You need to build trust with your sales officers, with your team leaders, so that they start respecting you, and that trust can be built only when you deliver what you commit. You need to build trust with your managers, of course, again, same thing, because it's a performance based job. So, whatever that you are doing it, if he sees your action converting into achievement, of course, you will have more trust over to him. And remember one thing, generally what I've seen is there are a lot of people who puts down the paper, they're serving a notice period, and then they say, I'm serving a notice period, I don't need to deliver because I'm not going to get anything. You know what you're going to get? When you perform during your notice period, you have the door of the company open for you forever. If a person, and you will, if you start performing and you start delivering and you do the numbers, if you are eligible for incentive, you will get incentive. I'm talking about majority of the organizations. You will get incentive. But what you get is legacy. People will talk saying that this person has worked during his notice period. What you get is self-confidence. You can, with your broad chest, you can tell everyone that I have worked even in my notice period. I have made everyday salary halal. You will get confidence that you did not, you have been a performer throughout, whether it was the first month or whether it was the last month with the organization. You give it back to the organization who believed in you and who trusted you. Just don't be myopic. Don't think that you will not get for this last month, you'll not get incentive, you'll not get salaries, and there is no need to perform. Do not think that there is no need to perform. Please perform in the last month, even if it is a notice period. It's important. It's for your reputation. Your reputation is above everything, right? And then next one is, what we have seen is, customer service is a challenge. Majority of the salesperson, I don't know, this is their fundamental problem. When you want to reach out to the customer, you call him day in, day out, you call him morning, evening, afternoon, you call him more than his close ones or near ones and dear ones. But the moment he's no more profitable for you, your customer service becomes zero. You are least interested in him. You don't want to give him, you don't even want to pick up his phone. You don't even respond to him. You don't even tell him what are the problems he's facing. You don't even listen to him. And when you want business from him, you are into him. It speaks very negative about you. And the solution is, even if the customer is no more eligible for you, even if the customer doesn't or can't give you business, but when you give him a customer service, when you pick up the phone and answer him, when you give him an update about what has happened, when you tell him why you cannot onboard him as a customer, trust me, you build a reputation with him. Majority of the customer, you build a reputation. Probably you may get reference business. Probably he will be there with you forever. And sales is not about sales only. Sales is about customer service. If you are giving a good customer service, you will get good sales. And remember one thing, I'll be closing my entire training, entire discussion only on one thing. You should never, generally we say in Hindi, जिस थाली में खाते हैं उसी में छेद करते हैं. You need to know, you need to understand that from here, you are earning your bread and butter. From here, apart from you, there are n number of people who are earning their bread and butter. If you think because of one person he's giving or he's making the environment toxic, please reach out to your next level manager or above them or any sales officer. no business owner, no sales head, no chief executive officer, no chief business officer, no chief compliance officer, no top position management will like his environment to be toxic, or will like his company's environment will be toxic. Probably the company doesn't know about it. But forget about a person who is there in the middle level, who is not giving you a comfortable life, who is misbehaving with you. That is not important. What you need to think is, you are not going to get anything from him. You are getting to get everything from the organization. The organization has invested in you. The organization has trusted you. The organization has ensured that you earn 2 square of meal. The organization has ensured that if you perform, you grow with the organization. The organization has ensured that he takes care of all the facilities. He takes care of your office, your whatever DIVA bill, or whatever bill that he's paying. He takes care of your visas, your insurance, everything that is needed or that is possible. If you are getting so much, so lot from the organization, it's time for you to pay back, and pay back in a good way. Never ever leave the organization on a bad note. The market is very small, and forget about the market. We are human beings, and I'm talking to team leaders also, and I'm talking to sales officers also. Please ensure that the relation between sales officers and team leaders are good, whether they are with the organization or they are moving on, because you don't know, probably the person who is your sales officer and you're mistreating him today can become your manager tomorrow, or can go ahead in life. You don't know, you have not decided. So please behave well with everyone. And thank you so much, guys. Thanks for listening to me so carefully. Thanks for understanding. Please be considerate for each other. Let's work as an environment. Let's work as a friend, as colleagues, as people who are working together. Because during the entire day, majority of the time we are there with our company staff, with team leaders, with sales officers, with everyone. We spend more time with them than our family members. So please be good to them, and please be good to each other, and keep doing good, keep watching, keep sharing my video, keep subscribing it. If you need me to address something else, some other problem that we guys are facing, please do let me know, and I would love to do that. Thank you so much for watching the video till the end. Please subscribe, because it's important. Thank you so much, guys. Love you all. See ya.